Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 17 of season 1 of our F1 Championship Edition career mode. We're back today here for the team's home Grand Prix out at Suzuka. Of course, if you missed out on the last video that went live a few days ago from Shanghai, I would highly recommend going back and checking out. It's safe to say that race went pretty well for us. So well, in fact, the Super Aguri want to offer me a contract renewal ready for next season. Of course, that would take us right the way throughout the rest of season 2 and would provide us with a little bit of safety inside this game. Now, I'm going to hold off on signing anything just yet because I want to see whether we get any other offers on the table between now and the end of the campaign. Of course, taking a look at the Drivers' World Championship, Michael Schumacher, he could become Formula 1 World Champion today and become an 8-time Formula 1 World Champion. He needs to outscore Alonso by 7 points. Outscore Alonso, yeah, by 7 points there, and outscore his teammate by just 4 points. So, yeah, it could happen for Michael Schumacher this weekend, but there is still a little bit of time for Alonso and Massa, and I guess technically Giancarlo Fisichella as well. If he were to win both races, he could tie with the German by the end of the year. That being said, though, Suzuka is one of the most difficult tracks inside this game. We come off the back of Shanghai that went really, really well. Japan, though, on this game is brutal. So if we just get to the checkered flag this weekend, I'm going to be happy. Get yourself subscribed if you're new as well. We're trying to hit 6k subs here on the channel by the end of the year. And yeah, let's do this thing. Well, I'm not going to keep featuring too many practice sessions inside this game. Ultimately, you know, we just kind of go out, try and figure out a few things with the setup, and then make our way back into the pit lane. Obviously, just try and get a few laps in, make sure we're confident. That is not the case, though, here today. I did quite a few laps of practice trying to get up to speed, and still, we ended up nearly 4 seconds off anybody else. Now, occasionally, the AI's free practice times on this game can be absolutely rapid, but the fact we went from China last weekend, where I was a good, 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds faster, to suddenly now maybe being as much as 4 seconds slower than the AI, is, yeah, certainly a bit of a tricky one. Like I said, anything higher than last place here in qualifying, I think we can be pretty happy with. The first lap then about to get underway. We want to be aiming for ideally like a 1:38, maybe a 37, if we absolutely nailed it, as we got a little bit of traffic. So we make our way down the pit lane. I'm trying to work out what's the best way to get more top speed out of the car as... Well, that's a Midland dive bombing us into turn 1. And that's a McLaren diving us into turn 2. Yeah, he's not even on a lap, Juan Pablo Montoya, I believe that is. Why on earth is he trying to get round me?
Jacques Villeneuve completes a fast lap. He should be very pleased with himself.
You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. How are the cones that vicious? Everything on this game is out there to try and completely ruin your afternoon. Well, we've got enough time left on the board then to go for probably only 2 laps here. Maybe just, no, we won't get enough time to do a third. Currently, Yuji Ide is second slowest on the board with a 1:36.6. I genuinely don't think we'll be able to get anywhere near that. But we have got 2 chances to try and get as close as we can. Sorry, we've got 1 chance to try and get as close to that as we can. Well, Luizzi then currently down in P16 on the board on a 1:34.6. As we make our way out the final corner, we did make a big mistake, but a 1:40.4. That wouldn't even put us inside 107% right now. But we did obviously have that mistake down at turn 1. So as long as I make it through fairly tidy that time round, that is a whole lot better. Oh, come on, it's Montoya again that's in the way. I mean, why dive it? I know I said it so many times, but why dive bomb me? At least if you're going to do that, give us a slipstream. We were 2 seconds up in Sector 1, we're 2/10 down in Sector 2, and I mean, there's no way we can find another couple of seconds through these final couple of corners. We'll try and break as late as we dare through that final chicane. That was a pretty nice, tidy run. We're going to be a whole lot closer to the rest of your runners. We might just make 107% as well. A 38.6 though, 2 seconds slower than Ide. Oh, there we go then, yeah, just under 2 seconds away from Yuji Ide. Not the weekend I'm sure that Super Aguri would have wanted so far, especially after we made Q2 last time. But yeah, I think if we can just keep up with Ide, maybe throughout the Grand Prix, I'll be happy. You know, the first goal, of course, by the team is always to beat him. I think the second goal is to try and finish P20 or higher.
Hello and welcome to Suzuka for what promises to be another exciting dose of Formula One action. This is the Japanese Grand Prix. The Suzuka circuit was originally built by Honda back in 1962 and was added to the Formula One calendar in 1987. Suzuka also has the distinction of being the only figure-of-8 circuit in F1. With 18 turns, 3.69 miles per lap and the SS complex of corners near the start, the drivers love it here at Suzuka. A fine drizzle is falling at the moment. Not great news for lap times, but I'm sure it'll make for a very interesting race. Lining up on pole is Fernando Alonso. Next on the front row is Giancarlo Fisichella. They're followed by Kimi Raikkonen in third. Jenson Button lines up fourth. They are followed by Felipe Massa in fifth. Juan Pablo Montoya takes sixth.
Well, as if this weekend couldn't be made any tougher for us. Yep, now we are exposed to wet weather as well. I must admit, I'd probably rather it here than at a circuit where we've got a good chance of scoring points. But yeah, normally you lose about a second a lap more to the AI in the rain than in the dry. They're very, very good in these conditions. So yeah, this weekend ultimately is completely designed, it looks like, to try and screw me. And that gives you an idea of how bad the rain is, as the autopilot's taken over, and it's going to get very lost. There we go, come on, turn us around, wonderful, thank you. I could have definitely done that a little bit quicker by maybe using reverse gear, but that should give you an indicator of just how difficult it is in the wet here. The car will spin out so easily. Well, Alonso and Fisichella at the front of the order. They have got a golden opportunity against Ferrari today, especially with a couple of cars between them and their Italian rivals. Of course, Fisichella, I mean, he's just got to try and work with Alonso, hasn't he? We could very easily see Alonso head into the final race as World Championship leader.
Driving today, please. We don't want any unnecessary repair build. The sponsors are looking to just get some good TV exposure by being on the track for the full duration of the race.
Yep, that is the main goal today. I think we could see a shift over to dry compound tyres before the end of the afternoon as well, as we round our way at the Casio Triangle then. Remember to try and turn on the traction control and everything. I am so nervous. This will probably not go very well. At least I'm aware of that, though, going in.
Don't go anywhere. Turn up the volume and enjoy. Here we go. We are racing!
Traction control trying to work overtime in towards turn one, but not a particularly fantastic start.
The field is tightly packed as they head towards the first corner. Alonso leads out of the first corner. Behind him is Kimi Raikkonen. Next is Fisichella.
Luckily, we'll keep Ide. Well, we've managed to get past our teammate Yuji Ide through turn one. Safe to say, yeah, the PS3 kind of struggles a little bit with the FPS in the rain, especially when all the cars are so close together. So we've already got someone I think's gone. That's a yellow. That's a mechanical failure. Oh, that's one of the Toro Rossos that's gone. As we are going to bang wheels with our teammate through those first couple of corners. I mean, I don't really want to ruin Ide's afternoon, but if we have got a chance to try and stay ahead of him, then I'm obviously going to take it. I'm staggered. No cars have come together. Oh.
It's Massa! Well, he's clearly going to have to retire from that incident today. Button is also involved. Luckily, he seems to have gone away unscathed.
That is one place I suppose you can try and leave a Ferrari car. We've got another mechanical failure as well. Who is that now out of the Grand Prix? Jacques Villeneuve. So we've already had 3 retirements on lap 1. And just as I was talking about how it's been fairly calm, that's ended up being quite a chaotic start here. Rubber to P18, no. I think I'm immediately going to lose that to our teammate, Ide. As we just run horribly wide down through Spoon Corner. Can I get a run on our teammate on the exit in the slipstream? I don't think I can, so that might be the last real time that we see another car this afternoon. I'm going to try and match E-Day as best as possible, but it is just so difficult. And that's not going to help us either. 6-second slowdown penalty through the final couple of corners.
Alonso leads. Raikkonen is second. He's up from third. Fisichella third. He's lost a place from his starting position. Button is fourth. Montoya fifth. Michael Schumacher sixth. Barrichello is seventh. And Trulli is eighth.
Well, I believe as well then, Massa's championship hopes pretty much evaporate then. Of course, with that incident with Jenson Button as well on lap 1. I mean, our race is basically just completely dictated by how many cars are gonna retire. No! Great, of course. Of course. Oh no! I forgot how brutal the cones are. That's twice. Twice this weekend I've hit a cone, and twice it's ripped a wheel off. I mean, we weren't going to be able to do anything today, but I was hoping our Japanese Grand Prix would last longer than that.
This really is a magnificent circuit, and it always brings us a fascinating race. It's an incredible challenge for any Grand Prix team to get the car balanced around here, and that makes for fantastic action and plenty of surprises. The Japanese appetite for Formula One is as strong as ever, with 3 Japanese-owned teams in the running, and so we embark on our final trip over the Pacific Ocean to Sao Paulo, Brazil, for the final round of the 2006 Formula One season. We say sayonara, and join us in 2 weeks' time when we bring this season to a close. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye.
Well, there was only one more AI that ended up retiring from that GP, and that was Thiago Monteiro anyway. So yeah, we certainly wouldn't have got a lot from the afternoon. E-Day, though, somehow staying on the lead lap, which is quite an impressive feat there by our teammate. But what does that mean for the Drivers' Championship? It is all square at the top. It is a winner-takes-all scenario between Alonso and Michael Schumacher as we head to our final race in Brazil. Massa, yeah, is now officially out of it. Further down the order, we are still P19 overall in the drivers' standings as well. Maybe, just maybe, we can get a good result in Brazil, and that will help us out there. Constructors' battle, that is going to go down to the wire as well. Ferrari still ahead of Renault, though. McLaren guaranteed P3. Honda guaranteed P4. Toyota guaranteed in P5. All it takes is one big result, and we could maybe jump Toro Rosso as well. Thank you all so much for watching. A bit of a disappointing one, but we will be back with vengeance.